Thanks, Lindsay, and welcome to some Pilates at home. So today we are going to do our Pilates mostly on our side. So sometimes we do our Pilates in standing, in sitting, lying on our stomach, lying on our back, kneeling, high kneeling, 4-point kneeling, and side lying like we're going to do today. Usually we try to incorporate some of all of them just to try and change the challenge to our body. So each position our body is going to weight bear differently, and the pull of gravity on our body is going to change. So it's important to get a nice variety so that we can get a nice balanced body, which in turn is going to help our movement and our functional mobility. So to get us started, we're going to start in our kneeling position, but if this is uncomfortable for anybody, feel free to stand for this. Just going to start getting a few little movements into our spine, getting our body warmed up, ready to go. So sitting nice and tall, Pilates box is square, so we're lengthened through both sides, we're tall, we're opened, we've not slumped, we've not rotated. We're just going to start to be aware of our gentle connection, belly button drawn towards our spine, slide up behind the rib cage, gently hugging the waist away from the waistband of our clothes, just as though we're trying to use that Pilates corset, our body's natural corset, just to strengthen, to stabilize. We'll zip up through the pelvic floor, crown of the head reaching nice and tall. So we'll start by inhaling, and as you exhale, nodding the chin towards the chest, rolling it down, and walking our hands out. And then slowly walking our hands all the way back in, restacking our spine, lengthening our spine nice and tall. Inhale the breath, exhale, nodding the chin towards the chest, rolling it down, walking our hands out, letting the tailbone sink heavy down to the heels, stretching through the lower lumbar spine, walking our hands all the way back in, and lengthening nice and tall this time. Inhale the breath. As you exhale, going to squeeze through the back of the legs and the glutes. Going to lift up into tall kneeling. Open the arms out, lift the gaze, the chest, the heart, and then sinking it back down. And power through the back of the legs and the glutes. Zip up through the pelvic floor, wrap the corset, and sink it down. A few of these to try and open the body, to try and create space into that Pilates box, to try and fire up the back of the legs and the glutes. And just to get the body moving, the blood flowing. A couple more. Open it out and sink back down. One more. Open it out, bring it into center, and then take the hands and cradle the back of the head with the hands. So we're just nestled the hands at the base of the skull. We're trying to lengthen the spine tall and just use the hands to get a little bit of traction, length through the back of the neck and the spine. Squeeze through the back of the legs and the glutes. We've opened through the fronts of the hips and we're not getting a little sink down and a little bit of flexion. We're going to try and maintain that lengthened spine position as we inhale, and as we exhale, take our right elbow down towards the side, take the other elbow nice and tall to the ceiling. Open through the ribs, open through the waist, lengthen through one side of the body as we shorten through the other. Then as we inhale, we're going to restack the spine nice and tall back into center. Exhale, same side again, trying to sink into a little deeper. And then restack nice and tall into center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, opposite side. Open through the ribs, open through the waist, wrap the corset, zip up through the pelvic floor, bring it into center. And as we exhale, taking it over again, just trying to sink in a little deeper to it if you can. And then restacking it nice and tall. Inhale the breath, and as you exhale, we're going to try and keep our hips facing forward as we rotate round to one side. Wring the waist out, find that rotation into your spine, and then inhale, bring it tall back into center. Same side again, exhale. Spiral the spine upwards. Keep that pelvis in neutral. Lengthen back into center. Other side, inhale, lengthen, prepare. Exhale, rotate. Wring the waist out. Stimulate all internal organs and bring it back into center. Last one, exhale. And inhale, bring it all the way back into center and release it down. From there, it's a couple of little rolls with the shoulders. Being aware of the balance and the symmetry in the two sides of the body and feeling the two shoulders growing up towards our ears and then slide and widen down. Couple more. Trying to ease out any tension, easing out any stress. And on the next one, inhale, slide the two shoulders up. And as you exhale, just let go. Let go of the shoulders, the breath, the tension. Inhale, slide the two shoulders to the ears. And exhale, release. And one more. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, let go of the tension, the shoulders, and the stress. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to start by coming down onto the mat for our mermaid. So we're going to stagger our legs if possible. So we have our staggered legs, and the leg that's, or the foot that sticks out, that's classed as our little mermaid's tail. We're going to try and get the bony parts of our bum, our sit bones, planted down into the mat. We're looking for the Pilates box to stay nice and tall, both sides to stay nice and even, and the centre of our body, our midline, staying nice and tall, not drifting to one side or the other. Okay, if this position is uncomfortable, or you find it hard to have an upright pelvis, or one bum cheek can't stay down onto the mat, take it to cross legs and try for your upright position here. If you still feel that you're a little bit slumped down and you can't get that nice open position, take it to frog's legs, pop the legs in front and try and gain that nice tall lengthened open Pilates box. Okay, so when you find a position that's right for you, settle the sit bones in, lift the rib cage out, the pelvis, zip up through the pelvic floor, find the crown of the head tall to the ceiling. Pop your hands down onto the floor, walk your fingers just a little wider to try and open and create space across the collarbone in the front of the body and between the shoulder blades at the back of the body. We're going to take one hand, we're going to reach it nice and tall with the inhale. As you exhale, soften the opposite shoulder and reach the arm up and over. Inhale tall, exhale down. Other side, inhale lengthen, soften the shoulder, stretch to the side of the body, float the hand tall, rest it down. Inhale lengthen, exhale reach over. Inhale center, exhale down. Inhale lengthen, exhale lift that rib cage out the pelvis, but try and keep the sit bones all the way down. One more each side. We inhale, we exhale. Lengthen through the elbow, through the wrist, through the fingers. Our last one. Inhale, float up. Exhale, reach it over. Inhale, take it tall. And exhale down. Perfect. From there, we're going to take it over onto our side for our side plank. So we're going to bring it down into our forearm. We're going to start in our forearm and start off at a lower level. And we're just trying to lay down the motor patterns at this stage and try to start firing up all the stabilizing joints and let our body and our mind connect so that they both know what's expected of each other. So we're going to have the shoulder directly above the elbow, the forearm planted down into the mat, our hips are stacked, our knees are stacked, and our top hands just in front. We're going to inhale the breath, float the bottom up, and as you exhale, press the pelvis forward and begin to open through the hips. Squeeze through the backs of the legs and the glutes. We can either stay in this position, make it a little harder, take a hand down by the side of the body, or make it harder again and sweep that top hand nice and tall to the ceiling. So when we're in this position, just pushing the floor away with that forearm, wrapping the corset, hugging the waist away from the waistband. Reaching that top hand and the gaze, if you've taken it to that level, is tall to the ceiling. Keep squeezing through the back of the legs and the glutes and pressing the inner thighs together as you drop through the pelvic floor. Hold there for 3, for 2, for 1, and rest it down. Okay, come out of it if you need to. Take a little roll with your shoulder. If you feel that it's uncomfortable in any way, take it back down onto the mat when you're ready and start off in exactly the same position. So if you want to keep it at that level, keep it at that level. Options are you can add in the leg or the arm or both. Okay, so we start by floating the bum up with the inhale, exhale, pressing it forward. We're going to send that top leg away nice and long and straight and send your arm and our gaze tall to the ceiling. So again, optional, just the arm or just the leg. We're going to start with the arm. We're going to inhale and reach. As we exhale, follow the hand with the eyes as we reach and tap, stretch to the side of the body. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach and tap. Inhale, glide it back to center. One more. Exhale, reach and tap. Inhale, bring it back to center. Stabilize. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, float up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, press. Inhale, tap. Exhale, press. Press the leg down and draw back in. Perfect. Okay, next one we're going to take up into our twist or plank twist. You can do this half legs, half arms, take up full if you wish. So we've already started to get the muscles fired up. Our body started off at the lower level. You just progress as you feel your body is able. So we're going to take it up into our side plank position. We're going to hold it there nice and long, nice and straight. So we have a length from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone and the feet. We zipped up through the pelvic floor. We have length from the one hand or forearm that's pressing down into the mat, the other hand that's reaching tall to the ceiling. Hug the waist away from the waistband, get that nice connection. We're going to start our twist. So we inhale to lengthen. As we exhale, we reach the hand through as though we're reaching into our back pocket. We pike our tailbone tall to the ceiling, and then as we inhale, we open it out, we pause, we stabilize at the top. Exhale, thread it through, wring everything out. Inhale, open it out, moment of pause. Exhale, reaching it through. Inhale, open it out, and pause for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Perfect. Taking it down to our side legs now. So anybody that's been to any of my classes know I like a side legs. Side legs not just about working the side of our body, it's an all, or sorry, not just about working our legs, it's an all over body workout. I'm going to give you 2 levels. Our first level, easier level, we're just going to rest our arm out, rest the head down onto the arms. This is going to help keep nice alignment through our neck. Make sure that the underneath shoulder is drawn down so it's not hanging off our ear. Having the hand towards the ceiling so we've got nice alignment. Float the top leg up, slide the bottom leg forward. Just keep reaching through that top hip to make sure so we have that little space underneath the side of our body and we've not collapsed down and curved our spine down into the mat. To make this a little bit more challenging, you're going to bring it up onto your forearm. So again, make sure it's like our scaffolding, our bones are like our scaffolding, stack and load the joints. So the shoulder's directly above our elbow. The forearm is pressed down into the mat. We've lifted and opened through the chest. We've lifted the underside of the body so it's not collapsed down. We've stacked our 2 hips, not rolled forward or back, and we've reached that leg nice and low. Okay, so once you've chosen your position, get that connection. Drop to the pelvic floor. We're going to start with our flexing points. So we're going to draw the toes back towards us, push the toes away, draw them back, push the toes away. So this is stretching through the front of the leg and the back of the leg. And it's getting all those big muscles in the leg, pumping the blood, the nutrients, the oxygen energy all the way down to the extremities, then taking away the toxins, trying to keep that blood and circulation nice and healthy. 1 more. Flex and point. Inhale, lengthen the leg as you lower and tap. Exhale, draw back up. Inhale, lengthen and tap. Exhale, lift back up. Now as you lower and lift that leg, I want to imagine that on the tip of your toe, you have a crane and you're going to draw a line up and down. You're going to keep retracing that same line each time. The leg doesn't drift forward, it doesn't drift back, the line doesn't go shorter or longer. 2 more. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Now we're going to push down through the heel and point up through the toe. So we flex and we lower and we point and we lift. So by trying to retrace the same path, we're making sure our movements are precise and they're controlled. We're laying down the good motor patterns, keeping the good behaviours and movements into our body. 2 more. Draw back up. 1 more. Draw back up. Hold it there. Little pulses up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stabilize. Stay lifted. Stay stacked. We're going to draw a circle. Down, round. Draw back up and hold. Down, round. Draw back up and hold. Down, round, draw back up and hold, ready to reverse. Inhale in one way, exhale, scoop it back up, hold in your belly. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. We're going to flex and point, and flex and point, and flex and point, and release it down. Give a little massage out if you need to, a little stretch with that leg. And then when you're ready, we're going to take over onto the other side. So we're going to start with our mermaid. So find your starting position. Easier version is our frog's legs here. Next version is our cross legs. Now remember, whatever way you had your legs crossed the last time, try and change them the opposite way, okay? So if you can't remember, see what one feels the most awkward, and that'll be the one that you have to do, okay? And then the third level, the more challenging level, is our staggered legs. So we have 1 leg in, then we have our mermaid tail out. 2 bony parts of the bum sinking down into the floor. And as the sit bones plant down into the mat, we lift the rib cage out the pelvis. We lengthen the spine, nice and tall into center. We open across the chest and across collarbone, and we let the shoulder blades slide down. Hands down onto the floor. Walk the fingers out slightly to create more open and more space to the front of the back of the body. And then when you're ready, we inhale, float it up. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, tall. Exhale, down. Inhale, lengthen. The sit bones stay planted as you stretch. You take it tall to center, rest it down. Inhale, lengthen. exhale, cross. Inhale, reach, exhale, down. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, cross. Inhale, reach, exhale, down. One more each side, float up, reach over, bring it tall, rest it down. Last one, inhale and exhale, bring it center and release it down. Perfect. From there, let's take it into our side plank. So we're starting off our lower level. Get the body ready, get it prepared. Elbow directly underneath our shoulder, forearm down into the mat. Open across the chest and the collarbone, lengthen through the spine. Hips stacked and knees stacked. Top hand in front just to stabilize us just now. We're going to inhale, float the bum up. Exhale, press the pelvis forward. Open through the fronts of the hips. Hand can stay down. Hand can come to the side of the body, or if you wish, open the body out a little bit more. Push the hand tall to the ceiling. Feel the sensation of the rib cage gently drawn together. Length through the bottom side and the top side of our body. Length from top of our head all the way down to our knees. We're squeezing the thighs gently together. We're drawing up through that pelvic floor. We're holding for 3 and for 2 and for 1 and rest it out. Take a little roll of the shoulder if you need to. Get a little bit of movement in. Now we're going to add in our arm and our leg. So choose whether you add in both. Choose if you stay with just that Pilates, your side plank, okay? It's optional, it's up to yourself. Just trying to listen to your body, what one's right for you. So we start by floating the bum up. We press the pelvis forward. We're going to slide that top leg away and reach that top hand nice and tall to the ceiling. Push your forearm into the mat. Hug the corset. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Take the hand up and over, tap down to the floor, glide the gaze and the hand back up. Stretch all the way from the top of the toe all the way down to the fingertips through the side of the body and bring it back up. One more. Find that length and space while staying balanced and controlled, and pause. We inhale, lengthen that top leg. Exhale, float it up. Inhale, lengthen and tap. Exhale, float it up. Inhale, lengthen and tap. Exhale, float it up. Tap the toe down and release. Back out. Perfect. Couple little rolls if you need to. And then we're taking it to our plank and then our twist. So choose your forearm version, your half knees version, or your full. We're going to send our body up into our plank, shoulder above our wrist. We're going to open our plank out. If you can, take that gaze tall to the ceiling. Squeeze the legs together, zip up through the pelvic floor. We're going to hold it here, get ready for our twist. Inhale, send the fingertips and the gaze tall. As you exhale, thread it through, reach into our back pocket, pike the tailbone tall to the ceiling. And then as we open it back out again, pause, that moment of control and stability. Exhale, wring the waist out, send the tailbone tall. Open it all the way back out and pause. Last one, threading it through. Reach into that back pocket, get a nice twist. Bring it all the way back up. Holding it there. Length from hand to fingertips. From crown of the head to the knees and half to the feet in full. 3, 2, 1, and rest it out. Perfect. Okay, taking it down onto the other side now for the side legs. Choose full extended out or propped up onto our forearm again. Elbow below our shoulder, stacking and loading those joints. Underside of the body lifted. Top hip reaching away. Float that top leg up so it's hip height off the floor. Slide the bottom leg forward so we have that nice base of support. Ready to go. We flex and point, flex and point. Drawing the toes all the way back. Pushing the toes all the way forward. And just trying to get that length through the back and the front of the leg. Getting that blood pumping and circulating. And then on the next one, push the toes away. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, draw back up. Drawing that line and laying down that motor pattern. Exactly the same precise, controlled movement on each repetition. 2 more. Draw back up. 1 more. Draw back up. Now push down through the heel, up through the toes. Down through the heel, up through the toes. Lengthen the leg away. We have 5 more. And 4. Everything else stay nice and stable. Lifting the underside of the waist. And we have our last one, down through the heel, while you lift up through the toe. Lengthen the leg, lengthen through the knee, through the ankles, to the toes. Stabilize the pelvis and the torso. Little pulses up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready for our circles. We inhale down, round, exhale, scoop it back up and hold. Try and steer the circles and feeling that head of femur in the hip socket circling round. Getting that free movement but without anything else in the body moving. Reverse. Inhale one way, exhale, scoop it back up. Inhale down, round, exhale, scoop it back up. One more. Inhale down, round, exhale, scoop it back up. Finishing with our flex and our point and our flex and our point and our flex and our point. Pause for a second and rest it down. Good. The massage out if you need it. We're going to take it down onto our backs now and we're going to stretch it out. So bring yourself down onto your mat. Lengthen the spine, open through the shoulders, lengthen through the waist. And we're just going to hug the two knees into our chest and just give a little roll from side to side. And then from there, take hold of the right knee, hug the right knee in towards the body as you slide that left leg nice and long across the floor. Just opening through the hips, and as you hug that right thigh bone in towards the body, stretch to the back of the leg and into the glutes, keeping your shoulders nice and open and relaxed. And then release. Pop your right hand down onto the floor and then take the left hand to the outside of that right leg. Lengthen the spine with the inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to use that left hand to guide the right knee and leg over the body. Keep your shoulders rested down onto the mat, keeping our gaze tall to the ceiling. Allow the leg to go as close to the floor on that opposite side as your body allows. The gentle weight of the arm and the hand, the weight of your leg and gravity, just encouraging just a deeper stretch. We have that stretch through the waist, through the back of the pelvis and the glutes. We have that nice rotation into our spine. Nice big breath in, and as you exhale, sink into just a little deeper if your body allows. Then inhale the breath, and as you exhale, return back into center and hug your two knees to your chest. Give a little roll from side to side, and then we'll get ready for the other side. Holding on to our left thigh, right leg, lengthen it away. Inhale, and as you exhale, hug the thigh bone in towards the chest. So the back of the neck is long, crown of the head still reaching away from the tailbone. Each exhale, hugging that thigh bone in just a little deeper. Making sure we keep breathing, that we don't at any point hold our breath. We're trying to release tension and toxins, not hold on to it. And then when you're ready, pop the left hand onto the floor, right hand to the outside of this left leg. Lengthen the spine, gaze towards our ceiling as we inhale to prepare. As you exhale, slowly start to guide that leg over the body. Starting to get that nice rotation. Starting to feel that gentle stretch. Inhaling the breath, and as you exhale, sink into just a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, deeper again. And then inhale the breath, and as you exhale, bring it all the way back into center. Hug the two knees in, give a little roll from side to side. And then our last one, we're just going to pop our 2 feet down onto the floor, hip distance apart, pelvis neutral, spine nice and long. We're just going to take little wind wipers, release through the hips. Swishing the knees gently back and forward. And then bring it back into center. Bring yourself back up into sitting. And that is you. So hopefully you enjoyed the side legs. It's nice to kind of incorporate some of them with the other practices. You can add some of the other practices together. And hopefully if you enjoyed it, we will see you back for another session soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.